This is PR Sundar. Welcome to Dalal Street Week Ahead program sponsored by Delta Exchanges. Apologies, there's a delay, there's some technical problem. Coming back to the markets, you cannot trust Trump. Even in a normal course of actions, he can keep changing his words every 24 hours. But now this is a war. Of course, in war, nobody can keep up the words. Last Friday, our markets shot up like anything. I think Nifty has shot up around 300 points. And because there was a report that said the White House has given 2 weeks' time for Iran to settle the issue. And there was also a report that Europe and Iran will be talking about the ceasefire or whatever it is. But suddenly, today morning, there was an attack. There was an attack by US using the B-2 stealth bombers. Just to give you some idea, so these B-2 stealth bombers have not been used in the war so far. This is the first time it has been used. And not only that, the bunker busters. And normally when they drop a bomb, it touches the surface of the earth and explodes. But this actually penetrates, go deep into the earth so that, the bunkers can be busted. So both these have been used for the first time. And of course, US is a very smart country. The first Israel started the fight with Iran and then gained the complete control of the sky. Normally what happens, if a country wants to attack another country, the first thing they have to do, they have to destroy the runways and of the enemy country so that their fighter jets cannot come up to the sky. So then you can control the sky completely, airspace. And then you can use that airspace as a cover to move the ground forces and other things. So Israel has already completed the mission. The entire Iran airspace was under the control of Israel. So the threat for US fighter jets was very, very little. So US has used this opportunity to bomb the Iran. So of course, in war, nobody will speak the truth. So now America claims they have destroyed the nuclear facilities. Iran says, and the nuclear facilities has not been damaged. And, in this kind of situation, you will never get a clear picture. And of course, we are not interested in that also. But what we are interested, what will be the impact in the stock market? So today is Sunday, so you won't get any clue, you won't get any global cues. But however, there are some ways you can do that. Number one, the cryptos. Cryptos trade for 24 hours and 7 days a week. The crypto prices are down. Bitcoin is down only 1.5%, but other cryptocurrencies are down 5 to 10%. So, but I do not know how to interpret because cryptos are considered to be a safe currency. So if there is any geopolitical tension, crypto prices logically should go higher. And in fact, during the Russia and Ukraine war, the most of the money, both from Ukraine and Iran, Russia, have been moved to the cryptocurrencies. So that is one clue. The second clue, on Sunday, although most of the global markets are closed, but there are some markets are open. The two major markets that are open on Sunday is Saudi Arabia and Israel. So today, Israel market closed about 1.5% higher. So in the last 1 or 2 weeks also, Israel market's hitting all-time high on a day-to-day basis. So that's because, the war is going in favor of Israel. And now, America has come to support the Israel openly. So that is considered as a very big positive thing for Israel. So that's why the Israel market is up. Now, come to Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia market is down by about 0.35%. Usually, as and when there is a problem in Gulf region, the crude prices tend to go higher. So that should actually benefit the Saudi Arabia. But in a normal course of action, if the crude prices go higher, so Saudi Arabia will be benefited. But now here, the fear is that Iran may stop the movement of the crude in the Gulf region. So that is the reason why crude oil prices are likely to shoot up. So even if the people want to buy from Saudi Arabia, the transportation will become a big problem. And because, Iran is likely to attack the oil tankers. So if that is a fear, so the people will not buy the oil from Saudi Arabia. So this is actually negative for the oil producing countries. So, but oil prices during the weekend, US futures are also trading in some places, and crude oil is also trading in some places. And at some point of time, when this news came, the crude oil was up nearly 10%, but now slightly recovered. Now it is trading around 8.5% higher. And then US futures, Dow futures. Dow futures, when this news came, it was down by about 550 points, but now there is some slight recovery. So it's down about 400 points. So which means that, US markets are likely to open around 1% lower. So when there is something good for Israel, that is actually not good for US, because, now US is taking the responsibility of the fight. So the Iran's anger may turn towards US. So now Iran may target the American citizens or American assets in the Gulf region. So because of that, it's actually negative for US. But why to bother about Israel market, Saudi Arabia market, and US market? What is going to happen to us? On May 12, the Nifty shot up nearly 1,000 points. Then after that, market is just consolidating. 3 or 4 times Nifty moved above 25,000, but as and when it went above 25,000, uniformly the selling came, markets fell. Then I think 3 times Nifty broke 24,500 on the downside, and every time the buying came very, very strong. So now yesterday, that is Friday, the Nifty shot up nearly 300 points. Nifty closed about 25,100, and most people thought this can be a breakout, but now it is proved once again that we are going to be in the range bound. GIFT Nifty itself is down by about 100 points. That's mainly because, the domestic institutions who have been aggressive sellers for the last few weeks, right? So they started selling on Friday. Although FIAs have bought for 7,500 crore, the domestic institutions have sold for 3,000 crore. So now the people are, the people who have been continuously supporting the market, now if they are selling, so that means that, even they think that the valuation may be higher. So, that is actually not a good thing for bulls. So that is why the GIFT Nifty was down by 100 points, although US markets did not make a big move on Friday. So overall, what we can conclude, so we are still in the range, 24,500 on the downside, 25,200 on the upside, and maybe for 1 or 2 more weeks, or maybe until the corporate results start coming in another 3 to 4 weeks time. So this is June series. Once June series is over, July 2nd week or 3rd week, the IT companies will start coming out with results. My overall view, you should know, banking stocks have already done well. The next in line, IT stocks, that must do well. And then after that, FMCG and auto should join. Anyway, I've not been a bullish person on Indian auto sector. Somehow I feel that things are not working in favor of auto sector. On one side, electric vehicle competition, on other side, huge GST, road taxes and other things, tolls and everything. And also, the middle class people are suffering because of overall rise in their family expenses, and all kinds of problems. So we do not know when that is going to happen. So as and when that happens, the Nifty can scale to 26,000 or 26,300 all-time high. But for the time being, things are not going to be in favor of bulls, nor going to be in favor of bears. So this is a clearly a bunny market, going up, coming down, going up, coming down, not going anywhere after few weeks. This is the last week. Usually the last week will be more volatile, and there are a lot of data from US, personal consumption expenditure data, GDP data, and this and that. And for us also, we have some manufacturing PMI data. But anyway, our market is not a data-driven market, so nothing to worry about the data for our market. On Friday, the 25,000 put option added huge open interest in Nifty options. So people thought, the 25,000 itself will be a very big support, but those people will be, in trouble tomorrow itself. But however, I have a feeling that, after the knee-jerk reaction, markets might stabilize. Markets may be down, but it may not be out. So maybe 0.5% or maximum 1%. That's okay. Up to 0.5%, 1%, market can fall anytime, even without any reason also. So next week is going to be interesting. As of now, Iran has not retaliated against the US. As long as Iran is not retaliating against the US, the markets might recover over a period of time, over a period of next few days. And anyway, crude uncertainty, if crude oil shooting up 8%, 10% is actually not good for our auto stocks. Although I said many times, nowadays there is no direct one-to-one correlation. Because if the crude prices come down, Indian government doesn't reduce the price. So if the crude prices go up also, they don't increase the price. So it's almost like, a fixed price. But still, it will be a sentiment negative for auto sectors. So let us see the last week of June series. They're going to be very interesting, going to be very, very volatile. So hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you for watching.